John.
What about traveling on a budget? What about things you can give people to some travel advice to how to do things? Have you ever navigated that world of like how to tell someone, hey, you know, check this out or do this side, or do you have a program or an idea on how to help people travel the world without money?
Yeah, I guess, first off, look at the destinations you can travel to on a super budget. And I'll tell you right now, Eastern Europe and Southeast Asia, you can do it, right? Just the logistics of how to get there. I think a lot of people need to, because people ask me all the time, like, where to do this, what to do that. I'm like, yo, first off, got Google. That's how I do everything. If you can put a title on me, I'm like the pro trip planner, right? So I just Google things, dive deep into studying. And now, thankfully, we have YouTube, so I can literally just, study things so easily. So I think about, when you're thinking about budget, there are books out there. I think No Matter, Matt has one where you can do $50 a day anywhere in the world. Obviously that does change, really depends where you are. If you're going to be in Scandinavia, you're just going to a supermarket and you're buying food and you're taking it home. You're not going to be going out and experiencing the food in restaurants, which unfortunately some of these places, there is no street food, lately I've been going to a lot of places there's just no street food. So it's like we're sitting at restaurants for sure. But yeah, I mean, in terms of on a budget, I always bring a budget to, in terms of spending, because I do want to add to economies. And that's one thing I always, share with people is like, don't go on a super shoestring budget, because people there they need the tourism to feed into the economy, right? But yeah, in terms of just going on a budget, I think number one is just look up the top like 10 countries that are most affordable. And I'll tell you right now, like Thailand, one of the best countries on earth, safe, clean, pretty clean food, absolutely bomb. And I can eat for $5 a day. I can literally eat nonstop. So that's the first thing, that's why most backpackers do start in Southeast Asia, or most people like that start in my profession start in Southeast Asia, because it's super affordable and you can get through it like on a college budget, right? So I think that's the number one. I think other places, specifically like Africa, is out of the question. Africa is like the most expensive place you could travel to now. I'm doing a trip to Senegal, man, and that's a 5-figure trip just to get going. It's nuts. But just because of safety, you always have to be with a guide and a driver. There's certain things you just have to follow by those rules to be able to do certain places in Africa. And if you're thinking safaris, then you're thinking a different type of budget, right? I think in terms of traveling on a budget, main thing is looking up the places and then really putting the budget, what is your budget? Make your daily budget. First off, just getting there if you're in America. Getting to Asia now is at least $1,500. I mean, tickets have gone up like with this inflation. All ticket prices are up. I think it's around $1,500 just for me to get to Iraq right now. So I think the main thing is that just doing a lot of research. Can't just I wouldn't give it to a travel agent, and I don't believe in travel agents. That's one of my things. I just because I am one in a sense.
Explain though. I'm curious because I've never used one. Why? What's the deal there?
They're selling certain packages. They're selling an experience that I don't believe in. I believe in, like I said, doing the research. Really, that's how you'll learn more about the destination. Even before you get there, you can really start to put it in your mind. Where am I really going to? Because I have a lot of friends that they do use travel agents for like trips to South Africa. But they didn't really get to know the place the same way. They just paid and everything was set. And it's cool. I mean, I don't disagree. Some people still living in that time where I think that was 20 years ago. My parents probably had a travel agent. Now, I mean, I just get online, look up the trip, look up where I want to stay, go on, look at Airbnb. That's the first thing I do. Way more affordable. It's another thing for a budget. Way more affordable to go on Airbnb. And then in terms of like, if you want to like really, really save costs, you can do like couch surfing. Sorry, it's been a long time since I used couch surfing, but because you do that where you can actually stay at somebody's house and basically stay there for free, and this is all vetted already. These people are approved. So it's not like you're going to be in super great danger. You know what I mean? So for me, Airbnb is number one. So whenever I do a trip where it's literally just on me and there's no hotel or sponsor involved, I'm Airbnb all the way. It costs me a third of whatever a hotel would cost me. And plus, that gives me the real experience where I'm literally getting the key from the owner who is from that country, and then they teach me about the destination. Your neighbors are all from the area. So that's what I'm talking about with immersion.